right here in Salem, Massachusetts. And again, other people have made videos of this place, but we're just trying to like make videos from a perspective of someone else who owns a haunted house. And we're gonna get John Denley, the owner and creator of this attraction, to give us a behind the screams tour. And it's very interesting attraction because it teaches you the difference between the different kinds of monsters. I've never seen anything like it. It's incredible. And we're gonna start our tour right now. We are here at the International Monster Museum with none other than
John Denley.
John Denley. And you know, John, we're gonna be putting this video on Haunt World, and we're gonna get a tour of your place. And it's been like a long time, okay? When you used to have Terror on the Wharf.
Yeah, we were the first monster museum in Salem back in the early 90s, and the first professional haunted house. We were open 8 months out of the year.
So now you're in the mall.
And
then you have another one across the way.
Right on Essex Street, right across from the Peabody Essex Museum, what connected to the parking garage, connected to the visitor center. So that was all careful planning. I don't have the drama of all of the actors. I don't have the, oh my, I've been doing that thing for 30 minutes now. I need a cigarette break. I've been here for 30 minutes. Can I do something else now? All the drama is gone. Animatronics and creatures from all over the world. Everybody knows I'm a very avid mask and movie prop collector, but this place is not dedicated to movie props. It's monsters from Cryptozoology, it's monsters from folklore mixed in with the classics. So I didn't do, instead of just doing just Dracula and the werewolf and all the time, here are things you would not expect to see in a monster museum, and people love it. We're open year round, and people absolutely went.
But how does it do like the rest of the year outside of October? I'm sure it's super
August
busy.
It's like a mini October. The summer it's packed, and it's become a destination because of the internet. We're the only place in town that lets you take photos and video. Invited to take all the photographs and video they want, and it's spread like wildfire.
Is it kind of convenient to have two attractions across from each other that are polar opposites, right? Because that's a haunted house.
That's a haunted house, and this is a museum with some haunted house type scares mixed in the middle of it. We couldn't totally just...
On the haunted house, does that have actors?
Nope, that is totally automated.
Totally automated.
We started that during COVID, and I never went back because I realized that, you know, I used to have really long hair. After having that many actors, now I have no hair.
So how long did it take you to build it?
Pretty much a winter and years worth of collecting. But this only represents about 10%, not even, of what I have in my house. My wife wants to kill me. I have my entire basement and 4 storage areas that are gigantic, just full of monsters from collecting.
So which one does better, like a monster museum or a haunted house?
Summer, the monster museum outdoes the haunted house 4 to 1. Because people will walk up and you say, "Would you like to do a haunted house today?" And they go, we don't really like those type of things. But everybody would do a museum.
But what about in October?
In October, the museum goes here, and the haunt starts to go like this, and like this, and like this, and then the museum goes like this, and the haunt goes this, and the last 2, we still have the last big 3 weeks coming up, and the haunt will outrun the museum because we can put more people through it, and they don't want to read anything, they just want to get the heck out.
For people who've never been to Salem, okay, aside from your 2 attractions, what are some of the things you can do in Salem that you can't do anywhere else?
Well, the street vendors alone, recreations of the Addams Family, you can take pictures, full-size Frankenstein, statues, street vendors that do things that you've never seen anywhere else. You have the House of Seven Gable, you have the Witch House, you have all these historic attractions, the Peabody Essex Museum, the Witch Museum, the Wax Museum, the Witch History Museum, I built that one. Witch Village, I built that one next to the back. Again, and the Chamber of Terror is down there, Pioneer Village. So there's probably 40 different attractions. Then there are night tours at night. There are like 30 different ghost tours. So there are wand shops. There's the Halloween Museum. There's a Ouija board museum. There are witch stores that sell potions that are bags of all kinds of herbs and things like this for jealousy potion.
And you also have people who think they're really a witch.
Oh, they really are. Like there's a huge percent of this community that are practicing Wiccans, and they take it very serious, and that's their religion, and they are here among us, and there's all kinds of crystal stores and places that they sell their wares as well, and it's a big part of Halloween. And the psychics everywhere. They even have a psychic fair that goes on over there that is packed, absolutely packed. They have yet to predict the winning lottery ticket for me, but I'll be hoping they do. The occult store, they sell all kinds of absolutely demonic stuff. And new to the city of Salem is the Church of Satan, which I thought was going to be some giant altar and like sacrificing goats or something, but it isn't. It's an art exhibit with very macabre art and things like that. There's something for everybody. If you want the Harry Potter stuff, it's here. If you want the really dark mystical stuff, it's here. If you're just playing around with just getting into little witchcraft types of, a little curious and that kind of stuff, it's here. If you want haunted houses, it's here. Ghost stories, ghost walks, it's here. It's so fun during the summer. If you want great drinks, great food, you're right by the waterfront. So it's really an eclectic city that offers so many things.
So how many square feet is the museum?
Just under 3,000.
All right, well, let's take a tour. I love the mural and the crypt.
Yeah, this is, as you can see, all Stephen King items, all the way to even Mr. Barlow's hands cutting out the top.
Oh yeah, for Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot.
You know, I didn't even pick up on that. Yeah, because you got, I guess, Cujo, Pennywise, Salem's Lot, and Firestarter.
Firestarter, The Shining.
And I think a lot of people wouldn't have got the Firestarter.
Yeah, a lot of people don't see the Drew Barrymore. One-of-a-kind Frankenstein built just for this place. Special effects out of Rugglebowski, all silicone, who also did The Wizard as well. And one of the guys who does a lot of stuff for Netherworld as well, Bill Morrison over here does painting.
Where did you get the wallpaper?
The wallpaper, I just ordered custom, and that is called Flocked wallpaper. So that's
Flot wallpaper.
Flocked.
Where could you get wallpaper like that?
If you Googled Flocked wallpaper, you will definitely get it. That's the magic of the internet.
I don't even know how to spell flot.
Flock, like a flock of seagulls, but with an ED.
Flock.
Yeah.
Flock wallpaper.
Flock. Yeah, I got a Boston accent, so I say
Oh, okay, flock.
Yeah.
Is that velvet too?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So
Can you guys see this? Oh my gosh.
So, and we've got, a painting of eyeballs, and certain particular artist made that. You probably might recognize that guy. That'd probably be me. That was a COVID project. and we just got this in from Ricky Vitas. He just came in the other day. And he makes werewolves extraordinaire.
And you got a vampire hunting kit?
Yeah, we have vampire blood as well.
And where in the heck did you get vampire blood? I just gotta know.
Vampires would really be upset with me if I told you the source of it. But it's very, very hard to get, and you have to sacrifice a few virgins and stuff like that. But not that there's any in here.
Have you tried to drink any?
I have, usually just on Sundays.
Just on Sundays?
Just on them, yeah.
And is this like an authentic map of Transylvania?
This is an authentic map of Transylvania, which I plan to put a whole condominium thing in there. And
you got Dracula's ring.
Dracula's
ring. It would be incredible to get Bela Lugosi's ring, because Forrest Ackerman had it.
Yeah, it would be, we'd have to dig them up, but I think if we combined forces, we could probably do it.
Yeah, so I think somebody stole it from him.
Yeah.
But Bela Lugosi obviously was buried in his original cape, which is kind of neat.
Dirt poor.
Yeah.
Dirt poor, so like.
All right, let's take a look.
All right, come on in.
I really like the lobby for sure.
Thank you.
So you have Nosferatu.
If you take a look at actually at whose face it is, you might realize that William Dafoe.
Oh yeah.
We give you a lantern, and as we have the lantern, what this is used for is people who come in, and people can read the information about the monsters, a little bit of history about each one, so you can learn about the monsters as you're experiencing them. So we've got all kinds of vampires here, one wielding weapons. Some are animated. We shut this off temporarily only because it comes down at such riveting force that people run out the back, people run out the door immediately and go, nope, I'm done, not doing that. So that was a kind of a choice. So later on in the late nights in October, we'll turn it back on for the braver crowd.
Oh, okay.
So come around, and we've got, of course, witches. Different types of witches around the world.
And look at Patty over here. Look, she's doing it exactly.
Patty, she's like the Vanna White of the haunted attraction.
John, I have to tell you, and I'm just being honest, that is a photo op all by itself, like hanging, holding the lantern up.
Yeah,
you know.
People love the lantern because they love to. It's lit, so you have just enough vision to move around, but you need it to take a look and engage in some of the artifacts and objects. Different witches' potions, or familiars, and skeleton familiars of the witches and different creatures.
I think that's an ingenious idea there, because It like makes the whole attraction more interactive.
It makes it, and that is the whole goal.
And it's spooky.
And it is spooky.
It's like you're in a cemetery.
It's very Sherlock Holmes.
Yes. And in here, you can see there's the witch hat with a little spell going on. And over here we've got our werewolves. And if you didn't have the lantern, there's a history of werewolves, or like, what werewolves are. You wouldn't even notice if there's another fellow bursting through the platform right here. And that's what the lantern helps you do. So I'll let you guys go first through this hallway and go. You might want to walk slower and you can.
Nice.
So that usually lets people know that this is not going to be your typical museum. So these are different types of spirits.
What is the difference between a Banshee, a Wraith, and a Specter?
Well, you can take a look. They all are quite different in their agendas or how they have manifested themselves. A Banshee themselves, seeing one can signify their own death. And if you hear the wailing of the Banshee, you should definitely run the other way, because it can be that your death is coming.
And then what about a Specter?
A Specter here is a type of spirit that appears in different locations where people are associated with in life. So their favorite places, they would show up. Maybe it's the room they read their favorite books in. It could be a room that they met their loved one.
And that looks like Gina Davis from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, we have a wraith. We even have over here a revenant, which is a very angry spirit to haunt the living. This one is custom made, and unlike a spirit that is usually slow moving, wraiths can move incredibly quickly at very alarming speed to get vengeance on them with somebody who has wronged them in life.
And then look at Patty coming over here, using the light so she can read it. I love it. That's really, that's a really cool piece right there.
Yeah, there is
The Jersey Devil. The Blair Witch Project.
There you go.
Which they never showed.
They never show. And we've got a Wendigo over here. The head made by artist John Fuller, who is a very talented artist. And, you know, a lot of Indian mythology about this. And now there are a lot of movies coming out about these Wendigos and how, you know, you get this spirit once you kind of become possessed by it, you become it. But the relentless spirits. Leprechauns, absolutely. We have them guarding their pot of gold.
You know what, John? Me and you we think a lot alike when it comes to movies and stuff. You know, one of my favorite movies is Darby O'Gill with Sean Connery.
Oh yeah,
remember that movie?
Great flick.
Yeah, I watched that on Disney Plus just like a few months ago.
A lot of people, see, if you didn't have the lid, you would have noticed the little fairies and stuff that are hiding in the vines. And in here, our versions of fairies are the Irish versions, which they would lead you into the forest until you got exhausted and then would devour you.
Hey, remember in that movie, Darby O'Gill, they had a Banshee.
Yeah.
That was trying to take Darby O'Gill's soul or whatever.
Yeah. Here's Mothman, created by Mr. Alan Hofstad the head.
Alan who?
Alan Hofstad the head.
Oh, Alan Hobbs, there you go.
And of course we've got a little goblin peering out from the side here. But there's information about each one of these creatures. But of course we have Slender Man. So we've got some urban myths in here, as well as Crooked Man.
Is he from like the Conjuring movie?
Well, yeah, there's a children's rhyme and a children's song about him.
Well, I'm saying they used that character, didn't they?
That character,
yeah.
put that in there.
Yeah, yours is really nice. I like it.
Thank you. And of course the Chupacabra. You know, some people call it the goat sucker. I think that might have been witnessed several times in one of those blurry photographs. And as you come through the...
Do you still have a big mask collection?
I have over 750 different masks just in my house alone that are one of a kind, hand punched here, silicone, glass.
What about the Godzilla suit? Do you still have that?
I've got everything. I don't part with anything anymore. So I just... So here, basically... could not include mummies, so this is a cursed tomb.
Patty, use that lantern now. There you go. Because we're in a tomb, you got to use a lantern, right?
Angry bunny does not want you to be here. And here, a lot of people don't know the difference between ghouls and zombies. So, zombies, of course, are reanimated corpse. You know, could be revived by witchcraft or voodoo, and they want to eat your brain. And of course, there's some names back that you might.
I see John Denley.
Oh,
Ed Gannon. I don't know that person.
and here there's even Rob Zombie.
Yeah, Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
Where'd you get that mask?
That's actually built off his life cast. So, and in here are ghouls, and ghouls feed on the dead. So they don't feed on the living. And here they're feeding on poor Mr. Edgar Allan Poe. They dug him up inside the box here and are eating his intestines.
You know, I'll tell you something, like, what I really like about your museum is, like, people use the term ghouls, zombies, specters, and they don't know the difference. And you're, like, teaching them, like, what the difference is.
Yeah, we get field trips, we get schools, we get that kind of stuff. So I have some top secret plans that'll be coming out very soon. We have another attraction coming to Salem that is very large and will be very similar to an interactive adventure like this. So that'll.
What do you think, Patty?
I mean, I actually am learning.
Yeah, she's learning.
So
I'm wondering where my crypt is.
now we've got old.
Where am I buried in here?
You know, we can make one for you. We can. So we've got
The devil.
Old Nick here, which is a synonym for Rooster Mistopheles, or the devil himself, and along with you know, some different occult objects.
Wow.
And here we have the demons or possessed people that are acting under the influence of the devil. Yep.
And so, yeah, like, and there you have Krampus.
Krampus appears here at Christmas time. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as you can see, these faces are all they're one of a kind. You know, full of seal eyes. You know, so very picky on what we used here, portraying the characters. One more a realistic look. And we throw in things from. We got a Demogorgon here.
Oh, where did that come from? That's cool.
The other villain.
I think it's funny how you say it tends to only come out at night. Avoid at all costs.
If I saw it any time, I would avoid it. Well, here are more modern monsters and talking about mutations, man meddling with nature and.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that. You're right. Like these are like Resident Evil.
So that's what he's next. That's why he's in this section.
But the Thing, he's not man-made. That was made by an alien. The Thing monster.
Well, this isn't quite the thing. If you take a look at it, it's similar.
It's very similar.
Very similar.
And it looks very cool. But the Fly, that was a great movie.
That was a great movie. And here we have a very large Frankenstein.
That's very much man-made.
Yeah, that's very much man-made, along with, you know, Professor Frankenstein. A lot of people don't really understand that Frankenstein, you know, is that's Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
And they don't really understand the difference. And there's a few little caveats put in, like if you really look into his lab, you'll actually see that there's the reanimator head in the pan right over there.
Yeah.
And a little caveats that people pick up.
And you got Dr. Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll. And there are speeches, and very elaborate soundtracks in each one. And all my voice, of course, but they're talking about, you're hearing Dr. Jekyll speak, kind of arguing with the Mr. Hyde that comes out of himself, and then he gets angry and kind of turns into a different voice. Every scene has its own specific soundtrack. Even the swamps where the leprechauns were have Mr. Hyde. Have layers of crickets, layers of frogs.
It looks like Peter Cushing.
Yeah. But they all have elaborate soundtracks that I think help make the atmosphere. Like too many people ignore sound.
Yeah, you're right. Like Mr. Hyde, Frankenstein, these are all created by man.
Yeah.
Like,
so this museum kind of makes sense.
yeah, I know. It's like there's nobody to tell the story of monsters than somebody who loves monsters.
Yeah. Here we take a completely different curve. Frankenstein's hand is coming out the top.
Yeah. What is a gas
These are the spirits and the ghosts of people who died in battle.
So it's like a Japanese thing.
Yes. And they have the ability of powers of invisibility, and so because we try to have them from different countries, you know, from Ireland, from Baba Yaga, which is a Russian witch, things like that. We have mythological monsters, cryptozoological monsters, folklore monsters, American monsters.
There goes Patty again with that lantern.
Absolutely. And a little caveat hidden here. There might be the created from Crypto.
From Creepshow. Love Creepshow.
Yeah. And I wish they make more anthologies like that.
I think it's interesting how you made stalactites.
Oh yeah. So that's old school.
Yeah, that's really old school.
That's John Denley monster about old school.
What do you have under that? Just wood?
Just some wood, some chicken wire, some burlap,
and then you're ready to go.
Ready to go. That's old school stuff. So we head right in. That was pre-synergy.
You got dragons, Annabelle Lee.
Yeah, of course you have to put something in dedication to Poe, who was probably the greatest horror writer of all time. And Annabelle Lee, such a tragic story, but if you look at her dress, it's completely made out of all from the Poe.
That's crazy. Oh, and it goes all over the floor.
It goes all over the floor, yep.
How many people did it take for you to build this?
Pretty much just 3 or 4 of us.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
And so, like, for you, this is like a passion project.
Oh, yeah.
Because you love monsters.
For me, I would just set up a chair and sit here and eat my meals if I could. So my house has monsters. We get it downstairs or whatever. I don't sit surrounded by monsters. I have more of a contemporary house. Whether if it's on eBay or it's on a forum or something like that, if it's a good monster and it's good quality, I'm gonna buy it.
You know what I noticed about the dragon?
Cool.
Was that you put LEDs in his mouth.
Well, there's usually fog. Yeah, everybody who knows John Denley, whatever, fog does not agree with me and or any asthmatic. So in here, there's just really no fog. So I did that on purpose so that I can actually linger in here and not be, in the hospital.
Well, John, that was definitely a must-see for anybody who wants to learn about monsters.
Yeah, I agree. And we're going to expand it, keep expanding it. There'll be 30 more monsters before next October. So even the pedestals where you see the monsters on, we'll have things appear in the pedestals. There'll be monsters also coming down from the ceiling at you.
What'd you think of it, Patty?
I liked it.
Hey, so John, how do they find you, like on the web and stuff like that?
Internationalmonstermuseum.com, and it's all over YouTube. It's everywhere.
And
we encourage, and here we're the only attraction in Salem that lets you take as much video and make photos as you want. Because they're completely photo friendly, and we have nothing to hide. So except Mr. Hyde, and so we totally encourage it, and word has spread like wildfire. So
and you're in the mall here in the heart of Salem,
and they come right out. It's a Which City Mall? How appropriate. We're connected to the parking garage, so they come right out the parking garage, right to my place. They come out the visitor center, the most popular restaurant in town, to here. They come out the back door of my haunt to here. So it all makes sense. And
well, thanks for the tour, John. And I have to say, I'm extremely impressed. And I thought it was really cool. Like I was like learning stuff, and I've been like following monsters. I didn't even know that stuff. Well, I know Patty didn't.
Yeah, well, Patty knows everything about that.
Nah,
she was the Vanna White of the Monster Museum.
I would say she's more of a demon. She's been possessed.
Banshee.
You know,
Banshee, you learned your terms.
Remember,
Did you learn anything in there,
it'll be a
Larry?
long plane flight home if you're not nice to her.
We just finished touring the International Monster Museum here in Salem, Massachusetts. We want to thank John Denley. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're not like trying to be like famous YouTubers or make money. We're haunted house owners and we're touring haunted houses for hauntworld.com, showcasing the haunted house industry. And make sure if you want to find a haunted house, go to hauntworld.com. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because we're going to upload more behind the screens videos. What'd you think of that place, Fred?
I love it.
I thought it was pretty interesting. I've never seen anything like it. It teaches you about monsters. And I've been collecting and watching monster movies forever. I didn't know half the stuff that was in there.
Yeah.
So check it out when you get here. Like the video.
For scary videos and more, subscribe to our YouTube page, huntworld.com.